So good afternoon to all of you from wherever you are. Me, Manish Sharma, analyst in ISRI India, looking after the region, Chandigarh region. So today my topic of presentation right now is what is ArcGIS desktop? What are the different flavors you get with desktop and how you can utilize the desktop for various field activities or whatever the fields you are working on in GIS technology. There are basically the three ArcGIS desktop level powers that are present in ArcGIS desktop right now. It is first ArcView, second is ArcEditor, and third is ArcInfo. Right now, the terminologies for these three have been changed. Right now, the ArcView has just been renamed as ArcGIS Basic. Then the ArcEditor, which is now been called as ArcGIS Standard, and ArcInfo, which is now ArcGIS Advanced. Based on the capabilities, what kind of work you want to carry out in ArcGIS desktop, these three licenses can be procured. If you just want to simply digitize and visualize the things in ArcGIS desktop, then you can go with the ArcView or ArcGIS Basic. If you want to do some topological corrections means overshoots, undershoots, overlays, polygon overlays, you want to just edit those things, then you have to go for ArcGIS Editor. And if you have certain points with you and you want to convert them into line features, then ArcGIS Editor license or standard licenses are required. After this, the ArcGIS Info, which is advanced one, or having all the capabilities of ArcGIS Basic as well as Standard. Advanced editing tools are present in it. If you have got certain lines and you want to digitize the you just want to convert those lines into polygons, then the ArcGIS Advanced license is required. Based on these three capabilities, these three licenses have been classified. Once we open ArcGIS Desktop, the ArcGIS Desktop is basically scalable from reader to info. That means reader is in freeware. You can just download it. You can open any shape files or any data which has been shared with you from other resources, but you can't edit or query the data on this. Queries can be done, but you can't edit the data on it in ArcGIS Reader. Rest, all these three are same based on their capabilities: view, editor, and info. There are mainly three basic components you must be knowing when you are working in ArcGIS desktop environment. First is ArcMap, then is ArcToolbox, and then finally is the ArcCatalog. Now, based on the work that we carry out with these three things, the components, we have classified them into three things. Catalog, whenever you work on a computer, what you do? What you do is basically create a folder in C or D drive. Correct? This is what the catalog is doing. You do create a folder in ArcGIS desktop or in your desktop in computers. You create a folder to organize your work so that whenever somebody asks for something, then you are able to fetch it out and organize your data in a certain way. Similar thing is done in ArcGIS catalog. You organize your data. You create your data. Everything is done in catalog. Then comes your ArcToolbox. Whatever the work that has been assigned to you, there are certain tools for it. Those tools are present in this toolbox. For example, if somebody asks you to create a buffer around a road, then that buffer tool is present in this toolbox. Using that tool, you can create a buffer around any given feature around that you want to create a buffer. Then comes your ArcMap. ArcMap is whatever the results, when you give the command in a toolbox using a certain tool, that result are visualized in ArcMap. So catalog is for your management of your data. Toolbox produces or gives you the tools for carrying out your work, and ArcMap is basically for visualization of the results what you have got from using the toolbox. You can create views. Two types of views are present in ArcMap. One is the data view and second is the layout view. Data view is the one that you're working on, in which visualization and etc. things are done. Then the layout view, finally you have to produce the result in an PDF format or JPG format or PNG format. But the difference when you're working with any other software and compare it with ArcMap, the PDFs that you can create from ArcMap are GeoPDFs, geo-enabled PDFs. That means whenever you create a PDF in this, you can just, whenever you are roaming on that PDF, you can get the latitude and longitude values also along with it. You can secure your PDFs. That means whenever you are sharing your PDFs to somebody else and you don't want any other people to open it, you can protect it from the password also, given password protection on it. It is similar to the bills that you get, mobile bills that you get on the emails. Whenever you open that, you get a password. In this way, the security is also there when you create these things. We'll be doing all these things once my laptop gets updates. Then we are now getting into deeper into it. ArcCatalog, as I have already said to you, that it helps in organizing your data, searching your data, browsing your data. But along with it, it stored 3 more things with it. One is metadata. Second is preview. Third is contents. Contents means what your database is having, what shapefiles you are creating in it. That is what the features that you are creating will be stored in ArcCatalog. That is called as contents, various shapefiles. Then comes preview. Whatsoever feature you have created, you can see in preview of it. Then the final one, most important one, the metadata. Metadata means what? The information about this data is called as in metadata. The information. That means who has created it, what is the projection system of this data. These kinds of informations are stored in metadata. Then comes, everybody is working on maps. What is a map basically? If I say about, if I ask you within 5 days, you have heard about everything, what is a map? It's a symbolic representation. If I have captured a building, I have given certain symbol to it, that it is a building symbol. If I capture a tree, point location, I give a symbol tree to it. So every layman can understand by looking into a map that this is a tree symbol. It is a building symbol. You can understand that it is a building out here, it is a tree. I have given a tree symbol, then it shows that it is a tree out here. So it's basically what is a map? So map is a symbolic representation of your geographic information. Is that clear? Now, there are 3 map features that are present. Map, point, lines and polygons. Any feature on this Earth surface can be captured with the help of these 3. Whether points, whether lines, whether polygons. Can you think of anything else which can't be captured with the help of these 3? Nothing. Every feature on this Earth surface can be captured with the help of this. ArcGIS provides you with enormous symbols for each point, line, polygons. Even if somebody is not happy with this, they can customize their own symbols on it. Customization can also be done. There is no limit to it. ISRI ArcGIS, ArcMap 10.4.1 right now provides you with 3D symbols also. And these symbols are present for each and every department, every field workers, every field, whosoever is working on this. Now the important part comes, what is a map scale then? What is a map scale? It is basically the ratio of the distance on the map to the ratio on the distance on the ground. Based on these 2 things, maps have been classified into 2 types. Small scale maps, large scale maps. Small scale maps are basically what? They capture a larger area. If I talk about India, whole India is a large scale map. But if I particularly talk about only Bangalore city, then it is a large scale map. Small scale maps usually don't have that much detailed information. But when we talk about large scale maps, they are having a large amount of detail. The diagram I can show you one thing from a small scale map to a very large scale. This is the scale basically when people talk about 1:50,000, 1:20,000, and 1:50,000 is a small scale map as compared to a 1:20,000. It is a large scale map. It will be having more details on it. Maps, when final layout is prepared, it should be having in text what the map is basically. It should be having in north arrow, it should be having in scale, it should be having legend, it should be having source also. Apart from it, if somebody wants to put vertical lines over it, latitude and longitude lines, that can also be done. Somebody wants to place in picture, that can also be done. These are all map elements. Now the question comes, why GIS is needed? Why is GIS needed? Okay? Because the maps that have been prepared earlier are static, they are very difficult to update, storage is a problem, likely to fade, torn and shrink. But the most important part is if I tell to somebody to find out the intersections of the roads and rivers, I want to place the bridges over there. I want to find out those locations where there is an intersection between the roads and rivers. I want to place the bridges over there. The human interpretation for these kinds of spatial relationship between the static data is very difficult. But once you convert this data into GIS, then it makes the map dynamic, displays the map information interactively, build the spatial relationships between the features to analyze the real world problems. There are tools present in it. If I run that tool, intersection tool, it will automatically place the symbols over there where there is an intersection. And it is done without wasting a very long or very long time over it. And that too precise ones. Now let us talk about something database. All of you work on the Excel sheets? Is that Excel sheet and database? Is this Excel sheet and database? Can I hear something? Is this Excel sheet and database? No. Somebody is saying no, or somebody might be saying yes. But yes, Excel sheets are databases. Databases, what does in database? Database stores every information in the form of rows and columns over it. Fine. Everything which is having the information stored in the form of rows and columns is called database. It is having a unique identity. Every feature is having a unique identity over it. Yes, this is a database. But if I tell to find out those locations, those states which are having the population between this and this, or this, or this. I keep on telling or this state, this, or try to find out the populations with the states of populations which are having population between this, and should have the male population also between this. Then it becomes quite difficult to analyze these things in Excel sheet. Also, the Excel sheet will not be able to answer you where it is on the Earth's surface and how it appears. These two things, we can't get the answer. These two answers. Where it is on the Earth's surface and how it appears. So, once we create an GIS kind of a database, it becomes a word of 1,000 words, and it is called as a smart map. GIS integrates all parts to see as a whole, from the ground scenario to the feature level types. Whatever the features you want to capture, you can capture everything on it. GIS, there are two things very important in terms of GIS. One is your location data, and second is your attribute data. Location is spatial data having latitude and longitude, and the attribute is the information about that data. When these two data, the location as well as the attribute data is linked together, it creates an GIS database. With the help of GIS, you can do these kinds of GIS analysis. Special questions. What are the states who are having the population between this and this? Or I can tell, find out those schools which are 1.5 or 1 meter mile away from the national highway. These kinds of things can only be found with the help of GIS analysis. Now, GIS functions, it helps us to capture, store, analyze, display, and output. With the help of people, hardware, software, knowledge. These things are captured according to the need of the people who are working in which field and what they want to do with the GIS basically. There are two kinds of database in GIS when we talk about. One is vector format and another is raster format. To a more simple example for raster, everybody is having smartphones these days. They click a photo. When they keep on zooming in, a certain level is reached when the pixel gets deteriorated. Pixels are seen. Whatever the things, when you scan it and pixels are visible on it, it is called as a raster. Whereas in comparison to the vectors don't deteriorate into the pixels. You can do the query part on it with the help of identifying certain features, with the using eye tools over it, identifying the features based on the conditions also. You can find out the countries with a population greater than these. These will be within your database. You can link those things together to find out those states, and those states will be visible on the map also. You can do the proximity analysis. What are basically the houses or buildings which are located within 50 feet of the road. You can carry out the overlay analysis. You can find out those locations where the well type should be drilled, building owner should be this, and soil type should be this. I want to find out that location. You can do the network analysis also. If I am standing here, what is a nearby hospital to me? How much time does it take me to reach that hospital? What is the shortest path? These all kinds of queries can be done over GIS. You can display your maps in the form of graphs, reports. You can create a definition query if you are working within in entire India and you want to work and show that basically you are working with the Bangalore region, then you can choose your state name and you will be, that database will be intact itself only, but you will, for visualization, the Bangalore district will be visible to you. This is called as a definition query. You can display your data in the quantitative as well as the qualitative analysis. If you have certain figures, you can show it in the form of quantities also, and those quantities can also be shown with the help of graphs over that map. There are various enhanced cartographic techniques which are present. Similar to that, arc editing, advanced tools. If people are working in AutoCAD, they can just compare it with the AutoCAD also. Whatever the tools that are present in that are also present in ArcGIS desktop. You can create the printouts in the form of papers, maps, documents, images, whatever the format you want. These days, being an resource person, we tell that we are moving, we don't say these days as an ArcGIS desktop workers, we say as an ArcGIS, basically the platform solutions. Platforms means whosoever is working in which field, if he wants to work on the web technology, there are web technology solutions to us, with us. If you are working in your, basically the, because most of the people these days are working on the mobiles, we have got the mobile solutions also. whatever the things that you work on in your desktops can be published on your, as in web service, on your servers or servers, and then from that servers you can open your maps, those maps in your mobile apps, and collect the data from mobiles also, and that data will be synced back to the your ArcGIS desktop. Now the catalog part, which helps in managing, browsing, copying, renaming, giving the coordinate systems, giving the symbologies. You can create graphs in the form of these things, and these graphs can be added to, taken out as in printouts also. Printing and plotting can be done with the help of these print in the form of various formats: EMF, EPS, IA, PDF, SVJ, BMP, JPJ, PNG, TIFF, GIF, whatever the formats you want. Then you can carry out the spatial analysis in GIS also. What are those spatial analysis? If somebody wants to carry out the union, somebody wants to carry out the intersect, these are all feature combination tools. If somebody is working with feature extraction, clip can be used, erase can be used, split can be used. If somebody is working with both combination as well as extraction, then identify and update. These all tools are present. One classic example of union you can see. If you are having in slope layer as well as in land use layer, and if you want to combine these two layers into a single feature class, having both the land use values as well as the slope values, then you can use this union tool to combine and get the results. These days, GIS applications, endangered species, correlating species, geographic relationships, analyze change over time, effective conservation practices, habitat encroachment, habitat loss, wildlife, ecosystem management, agriculture expansion, coastal development, deforestation, landfills, toxic garbage and sewage, urbanization, change over time. You can even prepare a land use land cover map. If somebody is well versed with Python scripts, you can write a Python script over it also. So this was the presentation part of mine. Now I'm switching over to the demo part of it. Let me see if my systems is right now. I have a map opened in front of me, which is already georeferenced one map. For working with GIS, what we do is we don't directly create now the shape files. We tell the users to create the databases instead of creating the shape files. How the databases are created, how the schema is created. Now see how these things are done over it. Go to the catalog, go to the folder in which you are working on, right click over that folder, go to new. Here two kinds of databases are there: file geodatabase and personal geodatabase. All of us have worked on Microsoft Access that creates .mdb extension for Access file. We can create that with the help of this personal geodatabase. That is called as a personal geodatabase. But it has got a limitation with it that we can't store a large amount of data in it. With this, 2 GB of data can be stored. But when we talk about file geodatabases, this has got an extension .gdb, and this 1 TB of data can be stored over it. So you have to choose what kind of data you are storing, how large that data going to be in the future. You have to choose the database according to that. But mostly we tell our users to create file geodatabases. Once we click over the file geodatabase, immediately you can visualize underneath a new file geodatabase.gdb has been created. You can rename it according to your needs. I am just naming it as in training. Once I press enter, immediately in training.gdb has been created. Then we create a data set, feature data set. What are feature data sets? Feature data sets, everybody who has worked on ArcGIS must have seen that previously when we used to create the shape files, in those shape files we need to import and give the projection again and again to each and every new shape file that we created. But once we create a file feature data set, then when we will be giving only once the projection to it, and rest of the shape files or the features that we are going to create in this GDB will be having that automatically. No need to give again and again the feature classes the projection system. For this purpose, right now I am creating a new database. First is file new feature data set. Fine. Once I create it, I am giving it a name, training. Click on next, and here you can import also your projection system, because right now the topo sheet behind this is having the projection system with it, and it is having WGS 1984. Or you can give this topo sheet belongs to Gujarat region and it falls in zone 43, so you can give the zone 43 also. But right now for my sake of convenience I am giving GCS 1984. Click on next, 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 and finish. Immediately you will be seeing underneath your database and data set has been created. Now we want to create the feature that we want to digitize from this topo sheet or from the image that we are having. For doing that purpose, right click again on the feature data set now and go to new. Immediately a new feature class window will be coming in front of you. Click on this feature class. Suppose I want to digitize roads. Give a name to it. Second window that is showing is alias. What is alias? It's another name for it. And we digitize the roads in which geometry? Line. Select line feature from it. Click on next. Next. Now it is asking for the schema. What information about that road you want to capture? Suppose I want to capture the type. Type means it may be national highway, it may be state highway, it may be any district level loads. I will be capturing that in the form of type. Whatever other things you want to give about roads, whether what category road it is, whether it is an metallic road or unmetallic road, you can categorize that also in form of this. The number of features that you want to give, you can give. Click on finish and immediately you can see a new feature class has been placed in the data set named roads. See here. This is first, it is called as in preparation of schema first of all. We prepare schema first and then we start digitizing and giving attributes. Now another feature class that I want to capture, suppose monuments. Its geometry I am keeping it as an point feature class. Giving monuments can also be type, Gurdwara, Mandir, mosques. I am giving a category to it, name again. Click on finish. A second feature class, monuments, having a geometry, point has been placed. Third one, immediately you can see that how smart the software is. On the table of contents here, you are seeing it that the rasters are underneath. Then it is placing the lines, then it is placing the points. I'm creating another one. Keep an eye on here also. Training, new feature class. Now I am creating certain polygons or district boundaries. It is in polygon feature class. I will be giving a name to it. Click on finish. Immediately you can visualize here also. The software is automatically placing the polygons beneath the lines beneath the, and in top of that a point is placed. It is in concept that in GIS, if I place raster on top of these vectors, you will not be able to visualize these things. That's why in GIS, points should be on top, lines, and then polygons. Fine. Now we will be using an editor tool for digitizing these things. Where is that tool located? It is present here in editor toolbar. Here it is, editor. Once I click over here, here is my tool. This is called as an editor toolbar. Once I click over here and start editing, all these tools will be highlighted. I can just place it. It's a dockable window. I can place anywhere on my screen. I will be using first this, create features. Now see here, these three geometries that I have created are here. Points, lines, polygons. I want to capture roads first, then monuments, then districts, or even I want to capture districts first, monuments, and then roads. Whatever the order you want to choose, you can choose. Here the construction tools right now are empty. But once I click over here in district boundaries, now see how can you collect the polygons. You can create by these, you can even create rectangles, you can even create circles, because a polygon is having a start point and an end point at the same location. Once I click over here in polygon and start digitizing over the maps, I'm just showing it to you, not zooming it on the image right now. Right click, click, whatever the geometries you want to collect, one is collected. If I want to fill the attributes of these things, there is an attribute window attached to it. Once I click over here, whatever the schema that is prepared is here. Area it automatically calculates. Now I am filling the name. Suppose this is in polygon A for me, district A for me. Now I want to digitize another district. Go to this, again click on this, polygon, zoom in and start digitizing. This is my second polygon. Name a district B to it. Again the third one. Start digitizing, again digitize. I am in my editing session right now. Give a name to it. See, once I click on this and digitize it, I need to go to editor and save my edits so that these all things are saved in my databases that I have created. If somebody wants to see what are the features that I have collected, where are they stored, where is the information that I have written ABC is stored on the feature class or not, you can right click over here on the district boundary, go to attribute table, and here you can visualize the names that I have given. If I click over here on any place, you can visualize that feature also. This is the information of this feature. Click on third. This is the information about this feature. Fine. In this way, we can capture polygons. Now, in my editor session, I haven't stopped right now. I can go to editor again and I want to capture the points right now. Fine. This. Now, points can be placed by simple point features only. Once I click over here, one point has been placed. Go to attribute table. And here I am typing it as in Mandir. First point. Second point is my Masjid. Third, Mandir again. Fourth, Gurudwara. These 4 points I have placed. Again go to editor, click on save edits. Fine. Now I want to digitize the third feature class, that is roads. I go to roads, it should be line, clicking on it and digitizing a line over here. Roads. First road I have prepared, it is a national highway and it is metallic. I am digitizing the second road. It is state highway and it is unmetallic. In this way I can digitize. Once I click on editor, save edits, editor, stop editing, check my map, base map off, these features are digitized with me right now. I can even see what features I have calculated, placed over my maps. These are the 4 features that I have captured. The information is here of complete features that I have captured for the point. Similarly for the 2 lines and even for the districts polygons also, district boundaries. Fine. Now if somebody tells me to place the labels, labeling is important because everybody wants to see the labels on the map. Now it is very easy to place the labels over here. First I am placing the labels for the monuments. Right click over that layer, go to properties, go to the labels tab. Check this first option, label the features in this layer. Which label from the field you want to place? I want to place in type label. I can give the color, whatever I want to choose, whatever the size of that text will be, whether it should be bold. Even I can place and scale range also, that it should be visible to me when I zoom into that scale. It should not be visible to me before that. Even I can placement properties are there, how it has to be placed. Whether it is to be placed on the center or wherever you want to change the location, you can change it according to your needs. Even if duplicate labels are present, then you can rectify those things also. Right now for my simplicity, I'm just placing one symbol label to it, clicking on apply, clicking on OK. Immediately you can see that on map you are getting the labels. Now I'm moving to the second, roads. Right click on the roads, go to properties. Now on this, again go to the labels tab and check the labels for this layer. And I want this time to be linked type. It should be this. I'm leaving everything by default. I'm clicking on apply and OK. And immediately you can see that the roads are now having state highways and national highways labels placed over here. But somebody asks me, I want the category label also to be placed along with it. I don't want this also. I want this also, but the category should also be placed in front of me. So in that case, or the length should also be placed in front of it. Whatever things. People can think of anything. If they are having attributes with them, they can ask for anything, that this should be also be there, this should be also be there. Then for that type, click on this expression tab, and at this time I want categories. Just a minute. This time I want category, just click it over it, click on append, it automatically writes the statements. Click on apply. Now immediately you can see in front of that SH and NH, it has automatically placed the second label also. In this way you can customize this according to your needs. The second label has been placed. Now for the polygon we are placing the third. Go to properties, go to labels, place the labels in this features. I will be placing the labels of the polygon's name. I have written that, already written there one A, B, C, D. I'm changing the name. I can change the font also, whatever you want. I'm changing the color to be like this. I'm clicking on apply. I'm clicking on OK. And immediately you can see within those polygons, the labels have been placed. So simple labeling to the complex labeling is there. Now similarly, we can also change the symbologies. I've already given you an example in my PPT that You can change the symbology on the fly for point, line, and polygons. What you have seen in map info, it was very complex when you were giving the symbologies over there. But in ArcMap, when I click over this point feature, double click over it, immediately the point symbol library comes up in front of me. If I know the symbols, I can give it, I'm placing right now school. You can search the symbols by the name. I'm placing this symbol for the point. At one click, I'm getting everything. This is a simple symbology. If I place it for the roads, and these symbols are inbuilt in it. There are many symbols for each and every 3D basics, even for the civil engineering also. Each and every department, the symbology ArcGIS provides you. You just have to check it with things you are working with, or which field you are working with. Just click it over there and immediately the symbology is transformed. For the polygons also, similarly we can give. Immediately the polygon is given. But somebody asks me that I want to give a separate symbol to national highway, I want to give the separate symbol to the state highway. How can I differentiate that? I want to give the point symbols to mandir, masjid and gurdwaras separate symbols. For doing the complex symbology also, right click over this monuments layer, go to properties, and in this, right now we were working in symbol labels tab, now we are going to work on the symbology tab. Here comes the symbology tab now. Right now we have given single symbology also, but now we are going to categorize it based on the symbols. I want to give each and every type of that point symbol monument and separate symbol immediately. All these three categories are in front of me, out of which I have got mandirs 2, masjid 1 and gurdwara 1. Now I want to give in separate symbology to each of these categories based on the types. Double click over it and search for gurdwara or mandir. If it is there, it will be visible to you. If it is not there, you can go to any other location and you can find out there are many symbols present in it. You can give any symbol to it. First I have given this, for mandir I am giving this, and for masjid I am giving this. Click on apply and see on your right on table of contents beneath the monuments how the symbology will be added. In this way, easy categorization can be done. This is the simple thing that I have shown you, but if you are having the demographic type of data with you, pH type of values with you, you can create your own symbology maps with simple clicking on the symbology tab, and even the quantities and qualitative data can also be shown. The graphs will be shown in front of your pie charts, and all those things will be shown in the graph itself only on this ArcMap. Let us now move on to the roads tab. Now I want to show national highways and state highways in the different categories. Go to properties, go to symbology tab, again categorize it. Now I want to categorize it on the basis of category, not on the base of type now. Right now I'm not giving type, I'm giving it on the category. There are two categories for me, metallic and unmetallic. Here it comes, and if somebody wants to use the color ramp, they can use the color ramp also. Again, add all values. And if somebody is not happy with this, they can double click over it and they can use this. You can change the color, you can change the width on the fly. Click on apply, click on OK, and immediately it is visible on the map. And on the right hand side, Beneath the roads, you can see in table of contents that your categories are also categorized here. This is not shown in Arc Map Info, but here you can visualize it on the fly. Even I can get the number of counts when I prepare the layout plan of it. When I will be exporting it in the form of PDF, I will show you that data also. Right now, I am categorizing the district boundaries also on the basis of their names. I'm changing the symbology to this on the fly. In this simple go, you can get the results. You can even place your imagery behind this. Fine. This is what basically was the creation of database, because we don't tell our users right now from these days that don't create the shapefiles. Create the databases. And file your database is the best one that you work on. Fine. So this is what was basically the creation of the database first of all. Now if somebody want, before going to the query part right now, let me finish the layout preparation, and after that we'll move on to the query part also. For preparation of this layout, you want to get the printout in the form of JPEG, GIF, TIFF, PDFs, etc. Most used recent versions is the PDF. Every software provides you the creation of the PDF, but for creation of the PDF, that is most important one is the creation of the GeoPDFs. So see how we will be creating the GeoPDFs with the in the layout. Once we go to the layout view, immediately your map fits into this. Now I want to place the legend window over here. Insert legend. Whatever the features I want to check in, I can place everything. And immediately my legend window is here. I want to place north arrow. Here comes the north arrow. I can place it here. If somebody asks me to place the gratitude lines, then how can I do? I can just simply go to this, go to the layers, right click on the properties, go to grids, create a new grid with graticules. Click on next. Not at 1 degree, it should be at 10 or 15 seconds, I think. Rather than seconds, I am placing it in the minutes. It will be good. Click on next, next, finish, apply, okay. This is not visible here, this will be visible here. How is it to create the gratitude lines in your, basically your PDFs? Now if somebody asks me that I want the number of feature counts in this, I can go to properties, items, show feature counts for everything. Click on apply, click on OK, and immediately in this layout window, you can see that the number of feature counts are also there. And this window is very dynamic. That means if I check off these monuments from right on the table of contents, immediately it is getting off from the legend window also. It is dynamic. If I'm checking it on, it is there on the dynamic legend window. Right now, if I fed this map again, on the layout window, there were two mandirs, one masjid, one gurdwara out there. Fine? Fine. But now see what is happening dynamically out here. If I zoom into this location, only what is there? Gurdwara. Mandir and masjid are not right now visible to me. I zoom in into this. Feature count of the Gurdwara is 1, rest is 0. Dynamic legend count is there. This is a unique feature which is not present in other GIS softwares. Fine. Last one, not the least. If I fit it, if I go to the layout window, fit in my map, and if somebody asks me to create a PDF of this map, and that PDF should be password protected, it should be geo enabled, geo referenced PDF, file, export map, select PDF from here, PDF properties are coming in front of me, security one, enable PDF password protection. I am writing a password 1234. Repeat the password 1234. It is now password protected. Somebody asked me that it should be giving me the latitude and longitude values once I keep on roaming over the PDF. This option should be checked. Export map georeference information. I am saving it on my desktop with the name untitled. Click on save. This map will be exported to in PDF format. Here it is. Once I right click over it, open it with this Adobe. Immediately it should ask me about password. I am providing the password to it. Clicking on OK, then only my things are visible to me. This PDF is geo enabled. I should get the analysis, wherever I am moving around in the map. Fine. This was creation of map and then your PDF creation. But if somebody now asks me to do the query part over it, for that I'm taking another example. I'm opening a blank map I'm getting some data from here where I have digitized certain roads. There are certain schools here, even certain recreation sites. I have got ample of other data also. I have digitized the land use land cover map also over here. This is not digitized, it has been created in ArcGIS itself. But I'm checking off this land use land cover right now and continuing with the queries part of GIS. Go to selection. There are two kinds of queries present in it. Select by attribute, select by location. Fine. First we are going to start with select by attributes. Fine. From which layer I want to query? I want to query on the schools layer. What I want to find out, any school name equals to. This is the SQL query, it is already creating for you. Select star from schools where school names equal to, I don't know the school name because right now the data has been provided to me by somebody else. Then how do I get the values that has been incorporated into that database? There is a feature present here, get unique values. Every school name is there. Now I am just double clicking over it. It is now going to select the school from the school layers where the school layer name is this. Once I click on apply, immediately that school flashes over on your map. When in school days, you must have heard about these operators and or. What does and do and what does nor do or do? So if I want to find out another school who is having the name Marystone Elm Schools, then what will be the operator used by me? If I want to find out another school which is having a name Marystone Elm School or School B, then how can I find which operator will be used for this? Will be and be working or be working for it? In this case, or. School name equals to this. Now you can see on your screen right now one school has been selected. Now I have given that another school I want. That will also be selected when I click apply and OK. Two schools are selected. In this way you can utilize these operators for various things. This is what was basically the attribute based queries. But if somebody asks me to find out those schools or those recreation sites or those plots, if the plot layer is present over here, which are 1 kilometer away from the roads or 50 meter away from the roads, I want those schools. And somebody is asking me that I do not only want that schools to be visualized on the map, but I also want those schools attribute information also in the form of Excel sheet. I will not be preparing a database Excel sheet again and again that these are the schools and this is this. I want it from the GIS itself only. Fine. For doing that, go to selection, go to location. In this now two features I am utilizing. I want to find out the recreation sites which are at a distance of or within a distance of source layer feature, that is 2000 meters. And these are the various operators with which a world is solving its problems. These are various These are enough, 20, 50 tools. These are enough for solving any problem. See now what happens. If I have given it that it should be within a distance of the source layer feature, that is roads, from the roads 2000 meters, I want to select those recreation sites. Once I click on apply, these are all which are at a distance of 2000 meters from the schools. But immediately if I change it to 1000, click on apply, all are selected. Okay, I will change it to 500 meters. Select from currently selected features. Okay, it's not working here, then 1000. Just a minute, I need to clear it. Schools. Something is not working over here.
So earlier the change was there.
It was there.
It was only with
Selected features only, that's why it was not working. Oh. These are the school recreation sites that are from this. But now from here, if I want to remove those only which are not within 2000 meters, I can use this select from currently selected features in this, and I can remove that which are not at 2000 and are within 1000 only. In this way, you can create your queries and solve your real world problems. Now look at another thing. There are many geoprocessing tasks which are present over here. Buffer, clip, intersect, merge, union, dissolve. Now see the buffer types. Click on buffer. And if somebody tells me to create a buffer around the road features, which are at a distance of 10 meters. So in this case, I am saving this layer here and naming it buffer 1. Fine, I want to place 10 meters buffer or 50 meters buffer around each and every road. There are options whether you want a full buffer, that means from the center of the road to both sides. If I want the buffer of 50 meters to be placed on the left side of the road only, I don't want to be placed it on the right side. And if I want to be placed it on the right side, not on the left side. There are 3 options present with you. Apart from it, you're also getting the end type of the buffer, whether it should be flat or rounded one. Then third, whether you want a planar buffer or geodesic buffer. Geodesic buffer means the undulated one, real earth surface type of a buffer. Right now we are working with the 2D map. But if we are working with the 3D, then we will be getting this geodesic type of buffer. Then the dissolve type, whether the buffers, because many buffers, each and every road will be having a buffer around it. You are getting the options whether you want each and every buffer should be separately placed, or the buffer should be having the boundaries merged together, or you want a list. I want all 10 meter, 50 meter kind of a buffer for each and every road. I'm clicking on OK, and immediately you see this buffer will be created on each and every road. 50 meter buffer, it is created. Once I click on close, I zoom in, but there are many queries. People ask, we don't want the buffer to be created on each and every road. I want only the buffer to be created on my selected road. I will be selecting the road, and that buffer should be created on that road only. And it should be placed on the left hand side only, not on the right hand side. That is also very easy. Just we want to select the road. This is the road that I have selected. Again, going to geoprocessing task, click on buffer, select the roads feature. I am selecting right now 50 meters, giving a name to it, buffer left. Click on save. All the parameters I am leaving default, clicking on OK. Now see what happened. Somebody again tells me I will be widening my road from 50, 60 to 70 meters. I want multiple buffers to be created on it at a single go. I will not be creating first 10, then 20, then 30. I will be creating at one go these 3 kinds of buffers. This can also be done. How? You just have to search in tool. Here in the toolbox, multiple ring buffer. Here comes the tool. I'm just selecting that tool. I'm just giving roads layer. I'm keeping it in my place, that is multiple ring buffer, and specifying the distance 50, 100, 150. These are the 3. I want the buffer to be at 50 meters. I want the buffer to be placed at 100 meters. I want the buffer to be placed at 150 meters at one go. Click on OK. Now immediately see on the table of contents also, as well as the window here also. And single click, I am getting these 3 kinds of things. Fine. In this way, you can utilize your ArcMap for different activities. Now, if somebody, I am having another product with me, so you must have worked on with the image processing softwares with you. There is another thing that we are having. It is called NV. See how tightly these 2 products are integrated with each other. It's a completely image processing software, and I will be utilizing the image processing software tools within ArcMap. I will be opening the image in NV, and that will be opened in ArcMap. If I zoom in into NV, I will automatically geolink the NV window and the ArcMap window. Platforms are different, but still it will be geolinked. Here is my NV. The latest version right now is 5.3.1. For ArcMap, it is 10.4.1. It is having the similar platform to ArcMap. Once it opens, you will be seeing it is having the similar look and feel as ArcMap is having. You can find the tools on the right side. It will be having the layer of contents here on the left side and my map display window in my center view. Here it comes. It is having same and look and feel as ArcMap is having. If I open something here, I am just trying to open the two windows side by side. One is ArcMap and another one is NV. Fine. I am opening an image in NV right now. Fitting that image here. Going to manager and asking him to open the selected files in ArcMap with a band combination of 3 to 1. Load data. Here it is 1. I am telling them now to open the selected files in ArcMap. It will be asking me whether I want to open the map, these images on the same untitled one or the new map. I am telling it to send it to untitled one only. See here how immediately the map are opened in ArcMap. The same map which is opened in NV is opened now in ArcMap also. See. The map which is opened in ArcMap is the same which is opened in NV. I can geolink these two windows. Reference map links. This is showing you in Google.
Hello? Yes.
I can even run the classification tools of NV in ArcMap. Here are the NV tools. I can do image processing once. Calculate the thematic changes. If I have got the classified images of two different seasons or two different years, then I can easily find out this calculate thematic change. Even in ArcMap and even in NV also. My NV is right now opening, and I will show you how you can create a time series, spatio-temporal type of a map within one go. For that, there is a spatial temporal analysis, build raster series. In this, I am adding the rasters for my different seasons, "75 image I am having, 80 image I am having, 85 image I am having." As many as images you have, or as many as thematic maps you have, and you want to show an change deduction time series kind of a thing to somebody, click on OK. Take some time to open here also, I can show you. Taking some time to load over here, but in the meantime in ArcMap I can show you if it takes longer time here. See here the time series map in ArcMap. I've got 3 images, 75, 80, 85. Somebody asked me to show me the time series map, how the change over the time has happened over the images, on images. So for that, here is a time slider for me. I've already set it from 80 to 85 and 90 to 95 images, or 2015 or 2 images I am having. From 70 to 2015 I am doing so. Click on this. Now see how frequently the maps and images are changing. And if I can place here the symbols also, it is 75 now, it is 80, it is 85 now, it is 1990 now, and cycle I have set to the program here that it should be repeated if it is finished once. In this way, if you are collecting the data from the field and you are working on certain kind of projects that in the time series you want the information to be shown, then you can prepare like these kinds of maps. Fine. Last, I'm utilizing the NV tool itself only in ArcMap right now. I will be now closing this. I'm having 2 classified maps with me. One is of 2007 and one is of 2009. And somebody has asked me that he has classified the map in 2007 and he has classified the same area map in 2009, and he wants to know from which class to the which class the conversion has gone. That can also be done in one very easy manner in with the NV, utilizing those tools in ArcMap itself only. I am having this data, calculate thematic change. I am having 2007 image and 2009 images. Not the image, basically the rasters, classified rasters. This is the raster classified for 2007 and this is the raster classified for 2009. And somebody asked me to find out the thematic changes. How the transformation from this class to this class has gone, from which class to which class has gone. For doing that, there is a tool present in Arc Toolbox. If you have installed NV also, there is calculate thematic change. And double clicking it, this has got hanged here. I will be just clicking it off. Task. Okay. Here the window comes. It is asking for me, what is the raster 1? Raster 1 will be my 2007. What is the raster 2? It is 2009. Output here, where you want to store. I want to store it in my this folder particularly, so that if I want, I can use it anytime. This is change 1, 2, 3. Clicking on save. Only include areas that have changed. Don't include those areas which have not changed. If I uncheck it, it will show everything. If I check it, it will only show me those areas which have got changed. Click on OK. And in process is running. Tool ArcMap is utilizing, which is present in NV. I'm opening NV also, so that last feature I can show you. You can see the classes over here in 2009. He has classified this into these classes, these number of classes, and these number of classes. Classes are same. But now he wants to calculate from 2009 which class has been changed to which. In the meantime, it opens. I am showing you the last of my this presentation or demonstration, that is change detection. How easily you can find change. We are finding out there also, but there we are finding out the change of thematic map only, not the real images, raster images we are utilizing. Here we will be utilizing the raster images. I am loading two images. Pre-image before the tsunami hit. Here are the two ones, tsunami after tsunami before. This process is running. See, now it is calculated. Thematic change. This is a thematic change basically. From which class to which class. From 2007 to 2009. Now the last part here, I've got, this is hanging a lot. Tsunami after. And once I load it, open.
फिर आप ऊपर नीचे नहीं जा रहे, ये नहीं जा रहे, एक सेंटर कनेक्ट करिए.
Once I get this opened, I am adding the two images with me. One is after tsunami and first, second one is before tsunami. This is before tsunami. It's giving some error. And another one I want to open is it is not working here. Change. Change deduction difference map. Here I will be giving the two images. One is the before tsunami and another one is the after tsunami. Right now it is not opening here. I'm trying to open it, but it is not opening. Let me select one. Okay, unless and until I open it here, it will not be giving it. Let me try here if it is working here or not. Change image, change detection. I'm clicking, opening the two images here. For change reduction, this is tsunami after image. And here comes tsunami before image. Now you can easily visualize here, before tsunami was this and after tsunami what happened this. And if somebody tells me to find out the areas where the change happened, whether it increased or whether it decreased, for that there is an algorithm, calculate image detection. It is asking for the before image, then comes your after image, and where you want to store, that is change. Once I click on this, whether you want band difference, feature index difference or spectral angle difference, I'm clicking on the band difference only, and band difference that I want to use is band 3. Once I click on OK, the process will run and it will show me the change which occurred from 2000 before tsunami to after tsunami. In this way, these algorithms can be used. It is not working right now here, otherwise it is very easy to find out here. It is giving some error to me and it is running in ArcMap. Once this process is finished, you can calculate the image differences. So this concludes my session of NV as well as ArcGIS. Hope you enjoy it, and if you want to contact me, you can contact us at ISRI for any products or demonstrations you need further. Thanks a lot.